Good morning and welcome to the Morning Brew. I'll be your host for today, Nicholas Gallicchio. Today is Thursday, April 2nd, 2020. Today's title is No Room. And without further ado, let's get started. So one of our authors, Kinsey Grant, has provided us with a planner for today. It consists of a morning workout, a work playlist, a productive lunch break, group chat content, dinner plans, and evening activities. She provides a link for a 7-minute workout that requires nothing but a chair and the will to keep going when those side planks kick in. I know those side planks really get to my obliques. The work playlist, she says Poolside in Your Mind is for those aching for summertime, but alternatively, she says that she likes to listen to Christmas music while she's at work because she's itching for the holidays, so she suggests Christmas Peaceful Piano. Up next, the lunch break, but make it productive. To do good, she's been writing a lot about people losing their jobs, so she provided a list of companies that are hiring just in case you've been laid off and you want to get a jump on a new job when we are out of this pandemic. You can level up your knowledge. She provides a link for a Twitter thread from Merriam-Webster of beautiful, obscure, and often quite useless words. So if you want to maybe expand your vocabulary, go ahead and click on that link. Or, you know what, don't. You can, as Ina Garden makes a convincing case, you can make a drink for yourself. It's always 5 o'clock in the quarantine. So maybe fire up a mojito or a margarita like I'm going to do later. Things to send in your group chat. Vulture compiled the best memes and tweets about the current state of affairs. It's not really funny to joke about pandemic recession combo, but the world still needs comedy. So go click on that if you need a laugh. Dinner plans. She suggests Half-Baked Harvest on Instagram for a mix of both health and hedonism. She says that she is eyeing the cheesy herb stuffed naan. So maybe you want to go give that recipe a look. Last but not least, the evening activities. If you are looking for something to do, get away from the screen, maybe she suggests bird watching, which is one of her favorite socially distanced pastimes. You can grab some binoculars, maybe a book about bird watching, and maybe look around for what kind of birds are in your area. But if you're not tired of the screen yet, you can settle in for what she linked is 9 extremely good, extremely long streamable movies just to burn up some time. She says that The Atlantic has the perfect film for every stay-at-home mood. Up next, coronavirus continues to dominate the market. The market has recently reacted to Trump because he said that we are in for a long 2 weeks ahead of us. The recession's going to continue. Everything's down. NASDAQ, S&P. But gold and oil are up a little bit. They're back up. I don't know if you guys have noticed because you're not really supposed to be going out, but when I fueled up my car yesterday, it usually costs about $50 to fill up my tank, but it only cost me about, I think it was like $33 to do my tank yesterday, which is pretty good. I was very happy with that. Next up, streaming continues to rise. In the March 12th newsletter, we wrote that we all know working from home roughly translates to watching The Sopranos, but something that came out of this pandemic is the new show Joe Exotic. It's very popular. That's fuel for all those memes that were linked above in that Twitter thread. But streaming is up 36%. A lot of people are watching Netflix. Netflix is taking the biggest share, but YouTube and Hulu, Amazon Prime also on the rise. And with that, it coincides with the box office. The box office is taking a big hit, which is movie theaters. They brought in a whopping $5,179 for the week of March 20th to the 26th. A year ago today, the box office brought in $204 million, which is absolutely insane. But it's a little weird that movies are still releasing even in this time because no one's going to be able to get out there to watch them. And that, I guess that just is fuel for people pirating movies, which is illegal. So they're going to be losing a lot of money. I actually saw an article yesterday that AMC doesn't even know if they're going to be able to um, stay open after this because they're losing so much money. And I also saw people joking about how they charge $54 for a popcorn, which obviously is a joke. But people are saying, "Oh, how can they charge $54 for a popcorn and not have enough money to stay open after this pandemic?" Which was very, very funny to me. Another thing that's struggling is cruise lines. People are being kept on ships um, right offshore. They're not allowed to go home. A lot of Caribbean, Carnival, Norwegian ships are registered in countries like the Bahamas to avoid U.S. tax, employment, environmental laws. But those countries are even more strapped for hospital beds. So they can't even get people into those countries because there's no hospital beds left, and they can't come back to the U.S. because they're not registered here for this period of time. Carnival said that they have 6,000 passengers still at sea, where they've been since at least March 13th. Can you imagine being on a ship that long? Because I would not be able to do that. And also, Carnival said that they're upping their bond package to $4 billion and warned that they also, like AMC, may not be able to stay open after this pandemic. Other people that are struggling are small businesses. They're in need of loans. If no help is given, a lot of them are going to be forced to close. The SBA is under criticism, but I actually heard a talk about SBA loans that are going out, and a bunch of companies are giving loans out, and they're going to have a lot of forgiveness on those loans. The forgiven parts, you're not going to have to pay back for 6 months. So that's going to give businesses a lot of leeway to make money and not have to pay it back as a result of this pandemic. But the stuff that will have to be paid back will have a 1% interest rate, which really isn't that bad if you're making money over that time. That, like doing delivery, takeout, food like that, stuff like that. And even bars I know are allowed to give takeout drinks, which is cool. So if you can survive during this time and you won't have to pay back that money, then you're going to be good in the long run, paying back that loan with only a little bit, like 1%. And a lot of these mom and pop places aren't going to need more than $100,000 for their payroll. So it'll be good. What else is brewing? T-Mobile and Sprint officially completed their $26 billion merger. So Sprint and T-Mobile will now be known as New T-Mobile, I'm pretty sure. U.S. automakers saw a major sales slowdown in Q1 because of the coronavirus. A lot of people don't want to go to dealerships to buy a car. Whiting Petroleum became the first big U.S. shale company to file for bankruptcy because of the plunge in oil prices, which is why I got my gas so cheap, so I don't really care. And the Wimbledon has been canceled for the first time since World War II. On the rise is a company called Palantir. It's a Silicon Valley company. Very high tech. They do data mining. And this company is on the watch because, very high tech companies that do data mining, they're going to be going into other countries and seeking information on this virus, which is going to help us maybe find a cure where the virus is more prevalent, stuff like that. So this company is really on the rise. And yeah, so what else I want to talk about for today is what's next. What do you guys think is next? Maybe you can drop a line, tweet at me, email me. I really don't know how long we're going to be in this. I'm originally from Connecticut, and I know today that our governor, Ron DeSantis, said that we're going to stay, like small businesses like bars and stuff like that, like sit-down restaurants are going to be closed till at least May 20th. And I don't know if the economy is just going to keep going down and down, but, sooner or later people are gonna start going crazy. And I don't mean to joke, but this could turn into an I Am Legend type deal, I think, which would be nuts. But until next time, I once again am Nick Gallicchio, and this was your April 2nd morning brew. Thank you, and have a great day, everyone.